my name is Grace. I'm graduating from Penn in economics, and I will be working as a legal assistant in a law firm here in Center City, so you guys will see me after this. So I've been a part of Grace Covenant Church since October of my freshman year. My first day at GCC has always been very memorable to me, and I would like to share it with you. It was on a Friday night before FNL. As I approached the Morrison building that night at a little past 7:30 p.m., late of course, I noticed that the area was quite deserted for a planned church gathering. I was not alone though. Another GCC sister was also walking in at the same time, and was also puzzled until she remembered that FNL was being held at a different building that Friday. As we walked to this new location, we made introductions and soon formed a friendship that lasted through all my time here at GCC. It wasn't until that night was over that I realized that God probably had something to do with the fact that this sister happened to arrive at Morrison late and at the exact same time I did, because had she not found me, I probably would have gone back home and after not finding anyone. And who knows, I probably would never have thought to come back to this church again. I often think back to this night when God clearly intervened in my path and directed me to this church that has had such a great impact on my walk with God. As a result, I've always felt at home here in GCC and a member of the family after seeing how God was intentional in making sure I made it to that FNL. I'm so glad he did though, because these past 4 years would not have been the same had I not had GCC members on the same journey right by my side, laughing with me, sometimes at me, and encouraging me. I've learned so much these past 4 years about prayer, accountability, suffering, and also how to serve others around me, and I've been humbled to see the ways in which God has used me and others around me to serve this church. Amazingly, even in the darkest moments of my journey here at Penn, when it seemed that God had forsaken me, I still felt strong enough at times to share my faith with others around me. GCC has given me that boldness through Christ to keep fighting to believe and to be intentional about ministering to others and allowing God to minister to me. Also, especially this past year serving in family group, I've come to see that God doesn't look at our abilities and skills to see how he can use them for the purposes of his kingdom, but he looks at our weaknesses and our brokenness and uses them so powerfully and intentionally for the work he has set out for us. I was initially hesitant to serve in this church, but little did I know that God had a vision in mind for me this year, and it had something to do with having great expectations. Throughout these past 4 years, I've been humbled by the amazing and most unexpected ways God has blessed each and every family group I've been a part of, every way in which God has called me to serve this church, and in the way he has so expertly mixed in together my failures and breakthrough moments in college to make the path he has set out for me to follow after graduating. Before I finish, I'd like to share with you all this Bible verse that I've often looked back to these past 4 years to remind myself of God's promises. This is Jeremiah 17:7-8. But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. Thank you.